Hey guys, Bob Taylor here with iMusic Academy. I want to welcome you to Jazz Piano Volume 1. Let's go ahead and jump right in. The first example, example 1, deals with the first 5 notes of the C blues scale. So your notes are C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, F sharp, F, E flat, and C. Now notice that my hand is right over each note. My fingers are over each note, so I just literally press down when it's time to do that. C, E flat, F, F sharp, G. And notice that my hand sits over every single note. The next thing is I'm fingering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the way down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're more experienced, go ahead and play this C down here for your left hand. So you're going 1 octave down, that's 8 notes, and 2 octaves, 8 more notes. So an octave is from 8 notes away, C to C, that's 1 octave, 2 octaves. I like to play these with my right hand 2 octaves apart from my left hand. So the fingering in the left hand is C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, F sharp, F, E flat, and C. Fingering 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're an absolute beginner, go ahead and just practice the right hand alone. As you get more comfortable, try even 1 note at a time or 2 notes. It's great to practice hands separately too. And whether or not you have a lot of experience or a little bit of experience, you want to practice hands separately, and you want to make sure that you're practicing slowly. Already used to this kind of pattern, go ahead and try playing it in a different key, and you can even work on all keys, but that's for later. This is more of a beginner example, but just want to let you guys know, whether you're a beginner or a pro, these are great exercises to practice. Just like they do classical exercises, this is a great jazz exercise. So let's turn on the track, get going. Here we go. Coming up. Notice that this works on any chord. 2, 3, G, F, G, C, now G. Do that again. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. You want to make sure you do that every day. It's a great exercise to practice. You can actually go up, or you can come from down. You can mix and match. And notice at the very end of your music, the very last 2 measures is C and then a G, and what it does there is C, and then you go to E flat and you jump up to the G in your music. And then it starts over. Alright, make sure you practice that every day. Let's go on to example 2. Alright, let's work on example 2. In the left hand, we're doing a comping voicing. That means we are complementing the soloist. You are the soloist in the right hand, and the bass player is way down here, lower than the comping chord. So in the right hand, we go on what I like to call automatic pilot. It's still the first 5 notes of the blues scale from the previous example, but you just get really familiar with these and practice those, and we're actually really focusing on the left hand. So what we're doing now is we're taking a C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're finding the 3rd note, 1, 2, 3, and the flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's E and then flat your 7, now you have B flat, E and B flat for your C chord. And you play the the 5-note example in your right hand. Now when you get to this chord, this is your F7 chord, and using flat 7 and 3 from an F scale. And remember, the F7 chord is going to come from this scale, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're using flat 7 and 3 from an F scale. And notice that when I go back to the C scale, or C chord, I'm doing 3, flat 7. And all I have to do is drop these notes by 1/2 step each. B flat goes to A and E goes to E flat. Now when I get to the G chord, you're going to go flat 7, 3 of G, and notice my fingering there. I do 4 and 1, and that's flat 7 and 3 of a G scale. Watch this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Normally you have a major 7, but I said flat 7, so that gives you an F, and B is the 3rd note, 1, 2, 3. So we have flat 7, 3, and then on our F chord, it's flat 7, 3 of an F scale, and then for C, it's 3, flat 7 of a C scale. Just 3 chords in this example. Alright, let's turn on the track. Notice that on that example, the very last 2 measures, when I go to the G7, I stop on the E flat, and then I hit the G voicing in the left hand along with the G in the right hand. So I go stop on E flat, and then I hit F and B with the G. Alright, have fun with that one, and let's go on to lick number 3. Alright, let's go ahead and work on example number 3. I think you guys are going to really like this because it's very similar to exercise number 2, except we're adding 1 note to each left-hand chord. In this case we have a C9 chord, 3, flat 7, 9. How do I know it's a C9 chord? Watch this. 1, 2, 3 of a C scale. Flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's E, B flat, and D, or 3, flat 7, 9 makes a C9 chord. In the right hand, we're doing the automatic pilot, the first 5 notes of the C blues scale. Now, once we get to the F chord, all we have to do when you hit this C is you drop the bottom 2 notes, and that gives you an F13 voicing, okay? That is flat 7 of F, 3 of an F scale, and 6 or 13 of an F scale. How do I know it's flat 7? Because in an F scale, you're flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your major 7. You go flat 7, the 3rd note of an F scale, 1, 2, 3. That gives me flat 7, 3. And then the 6th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is your F13 voicing. Still using the automatic pilot on the first 5 notes of the blues scale in the right hand. And notice that all I did to get there is take this C9 voicing and simply drop the bottom 2 voicings, and now you have a nice full sounding F13 voicing. Go back to your C9. Now when I get to a G13 voicing, I'm doing flat 7, 3, 6 or 13 of a G scale. How do I know it's that? Because watch, a G scale has an F sharp in it normally. Has an F sharp, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I need flat 7, so that's my F. The 3 of a G scale, 1, 2, 3 is B, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a G13 voicing, still doing the automatic pilot in the right hand. So you have 3 chords, C9, F13, and then G13. And turn on the track. Alright, let me go ahead and stop the track. Notice what I did in the last 2 measures. I did the C9 voicing, and then I stopped, I played the E flat, and then I went up to do the G13, to have the G in the top and the G13 in the voice. So the last 2 measures, and it starts back over again. Alright, have fun with that one. Let's move on to example 4. Alright, let's work on example number 4. What we're doing is using a lick from the Blues Volume 1 series, and what I want to show you here is that your Blues Volume 1 and Blues Volume 2 work seamlessly and effortlessly when you transition into jazz. And that's why we learned all those licks, because we can incorporate those licks into blues and to jazz. So you guys are going to really like this because you've heard this before. Let's just do a quick review as to what's happening in the right hand. You have a C6 lick, and what you're doing is making a major triad by sliding off from the minor third. And it's 1, your fingering is 1, 2 on the E flat, sliding to 2 on E. Then you have G with your 3rd finger, 4th finger on A, and then an octave. Okay, when we transition to the F chord, notice again the bottom 2 fingers go down. Now you have flat 7, 3, 6, and then now you're doing an F6 lick. Once again, hitting your thumb on F. To get the triad, you slide from the minor third, A flat, to the major third, A, 3 on C, 4 on D. That gets your F6 lick, and then your octave C. And I would definitely practice these licks by themselves. In other words, I'll spend a lot of time getting this right. If you're an absolute beginner and all you can do is just the right hand, that's great. Take as much time as you need to get it clean. The next thing is your G13 voicing. Once again, I'm doing a G6 lick with a G13 voicing in the left hand. Once again, I go thumb on G. I'm going to get my major triad, but I have to slide with my 2nd finger from B flat to B. That's your flat 3rd to your major 3rd. 5th note is on D. 6th note is on E. And then your octave G. That's all you have to worry about on this voicing and this lick are those 3 chords and those 3 licks. That's on C and on G. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the track. worked on example 4. What I wanted to show you about example 4 is that you use these 3-note voicings, and you can use every single lick that you've learned in Blues Volume 1 and Blues Volume 2 and make them work over these chords. So we're doing a C jazz blues now. Let me show you how you're going to incorporate some of those licks. So I'll play a few things from Blues Volume 1. Here we go. You can do this. Or how about this one? How about this? Alright, you guys get the idea. That's the great thing are these blues licks that you've learned, now that we're transitioning into jazz, they're going to work great. Let's go ahead to example number 5. Alright guys, let's work on example number 5. What we're doing here is a walking bass line. This is one of the most common questions I get when I'm walking bass lines, is what in the world are you doing with your left hand? So we're going to jump into that. Also, I'm going to teach you 2-note voicings in your right hand, 3-note voicings, and 4-note voicings. And the great thing is you're going to be able to walk bass lines, play the right hand voicings, but also use these voicings in your left hand when you're soloing jazz chord progressions. So here we go. We're doing a 2-5-1 in the key of C. That means D minor 7 more specifically, and then G7 is your 5-7 and your 1 major 7. Okay? So 2 minor, 5-7, and 1 major 7. So here's the voicing in the right hand. You're doing a flat 3 of D major, 2 flat 7 of D major, and then all I'm doing is changing one note, and now you have G7, and you do your flat 7 and 3 of G, and then you go 3, 7 of a C scale. Let me do that again. Flat 3rd, flat 7 of a D major scale. Let me go over that again. D major has 2 sharps, 1, 2, F sharp, C sharp. So our numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1. So I asked for the notes flat 3, 1, 2, 3, and flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat. That's how I get F and C. So that's your D minor chord. Now I change one note. All I do is take that C and go down to B and hit the G in the bass. Now you have flat 7 and 3 of G. Once again, how do you get to flat 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally G has a sharp, an F sharp, but you flat that so you have your F and the 3rd note. 1, 2, 3. That's flat 7, 3 of a G scale. And then when I get back to the C, all I'm going to do is change one note, and now I have 3, 7 of a C scale. How do I know that's 3, 7? Because I take a C scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 2, 5, 1 in the key of C. Now in the bass line, we're starting on the D. We go E, F. Now we put an F sharp, which is called a chromatic passing tone. That just means up by a half step, and then we get to our G note. We're walking up the scale, D, E, F. This is your passing tone. It's a note right next to the G, and then I go down an octave, G, A, B, C. Fingering is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. If you're a beginner, just spend a lot of time learning how to practice these bass lines. And these are called quarter notes, 1 on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me put that together slowly. D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next part of the example is to go to 3-note voicings. Now we have flat 3, flat 7, and 9 of a D major scale. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, flat 3 of a D scale, flat 7 of a D scale, and 9 of a D scale. D scale starts right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have this voicing. Let's put that with the same bass line. Now watch, that's D minor. Now to get to G13, all I have to do is change this C to a B. And now we have that G13 voicing. And then we have this next voicing. Let me go back to this to show you guys. When you hit that one note change, notice that we have this. And remember this from example number 3. That was our 3-note blues voicing for G13. Those are interchangeable, right hand and left hand. So let me do this again. 2, 5. Now, the voicing we're going to use right now in the right hand is called a 3-6-9 voicing. How do I know it's a 3-6-9? Because I'm taking the 3rd note of a C scale, the 6th note, and the 9th note. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That's 3-6-9. So let me do it all together. 1, 2, let me do it again. 4. Alright, let's go ahead and work on this 4-note voicing. Now we have D minor, 9, but now we've added the 5th note too. So you have, of a D major scale, you have flat 3, 5, flat 7, and 9. Okay? Notice this white note starting on F. You skip a white note, skip a white note. That's D minor 9, walk up the same bass line. Now watch, take my C and take it down 1/2 step to B. Now you have a nice G13 voicing, which was just like the other G13, except we're adding the 9th of a G13 voicing. It's a nice voicing right there, it sounds really full. And then, for now, we're doing this on C. We're doing 3, 5, 6, 9. How do I know it's 3, 5, 6, 9? It's 3 of a C scale. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's put it all together. One more time. Now, one of the neat things that you can do is there are lots of different ways to voice these chords. Voicing means different ways of arranging the notes. One voicing you can do is you have this 3, 5, 6, 9. You can also do 3, 5, 7, 9. And notice that's white notes. Skip a white note. It's that shape. So let me do that. Change one note. Now watch this. That's also a nice voicing there. That's C major 9. Do it again. Alright, practice that slowly, practice it hand separately, and that'll get you ready for the next thing, which we're going to move the chords to the left hand and then start working on our solo ideas in the right hand. Alright, let's take a look at lick number 6. And we just learned our comping voicings in the right hand. F, A, C, E for a D minor 9, F, A, B, E for a G13, and E, G, A, D for a C, 6, 9, or a C major 9, E, G, B, and D. But now what we're going to do is learn those same voicings in the left hand so that we can solo in our right hand. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the D minor 9 voicing, this is a 3-note voicing. That's flat 3 of a D major scale, flat 7, and 9 of a D major scale. In our right hand, we're going to use a new scale called the Dorian scale. That's D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now how do I get a Dorian scale? A D major scale is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. But what we're going to do is flat the 3rd note of the scale and flat the 7th note of the scale. D, E, normally D has an F sharp, we're going to flat that so it makes an F. G, A, B. Normally there's a C sharp in a D major scale, but we're going to flat that. So we're flatting the third note and the seventh note to get D, E, F, thumb under, G, A, B, C, D. That is called the D Dorian scale. And that works great over D minor 9. You can play D Dorian. But what we're going to do right now is just use the first 5 notes of the scale. If you guys have been hanging out with me, you know that I like to use patterns that fit right under the hand. Just like we did the first 5 notes of the blues scale. Same thing on this D Dorian scale. And notice the pattern I want you guys to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's D, E, F, G, A. Then go to your third finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Lower your index finger, and now you have a G13, and in the right hand you're going to do this generic bebop lick starting on G. G, F sharp, F, up to A, to the 6th note, which is E and D. And then you're going to go to your C major, and what you're going to do is do this 3, 6, 9 voicing. E, A, and D, and in the right hand you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 notes of the C major scale, and go down to your third note, 4th, 5th, 3, 1. So now you have a C triad. So here's the last lick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. Notice that I end with the triad. Let me do the whole thing really slowly. Alright, let's turn on the track. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. That again. Again. One more time. Let's work on lick number 7. What we're doing here is we're taking our 3-note voicing for D minor 9, F, C, and E. We're adding the 5th note. So from a D major scale, you have flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9. And that makes a nice sounding 4-voice chord for D minor. And then to get to a G13, all we do is take our index finger and go down to B. Now you have a G13, F, A, B, E. That's flat 7 of a G major scale, 9, 3, and 6, or 13. And then for our C major, notice we take this same shape, keep my hand as it is, and just move down a set of notes. Now you have the 3rd note, the 5th note, the 6th note, and the 9th note from a C major scale. That's 3, 6, 9 chord. Alright, so in our right hand, let's go back to the D minor. In our right hand, we're going to arpeggiate a chord. That means take a chord and make it a broken chord. This is a D minor 7 chord. How do you get that? You do 1, flat 3 from a D major scale, the 5th note, and the flat 7, D, F, A, C. If you played it together, that would be a D minor 7 chord. If you break it up, as in roll it, play individual notes, it makes what's called an arpeggio, a broken chord. 1, 2, 3, 5 are your fingers. So here we go. Here's the lick for D minor 9. Let me do that again. What I'm doing here is D, F, A, C, B, A, G, F sharp, F, A, E, D, And now I'm going to add, go to C, and I'm going to do from lick volume 1, I think it's lick number 7. So we have, get to C, fingering again, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 1, 3, 2, and when you go to G13, you're on the F. Let me do that again. The F lines up with the G13. Then you go 2, 5, 2, 1, 4, 3, and then you hit your C chord, 1 and 2 and then 3. And you guys should already know that lick from Blues Volume 1. Alright, let's turn on the track and have some fun with that. Here we go. D minor 9. Number 7. Again. Mix and match those two licks. Here we go. Notice that lick is from Volume 1, the very first lick that we do, right? Watch this. As you can see, I started just doing lots of different variations based on Blues Volume 1 and lick number 6 that we just worked on, and of course lick number 7, and just mixing and matching those and just putting it all together because that's part of my new vocabulary. I learned lick number 6, I've been working on Blues Volume 1, just learned lick number 7, and the deal is to use these. This is part of your vocabulary, that's part of your vocabulary, so is this. And so is this. And if you have to practice hands separate, that's always a great thing. Also practice your comping voicings hands separate too. And have fun with that. Alright, let's do 4. Alright guys, let's go ahead and work on lick number 8. What we're doing here is a D minor 9. And we're doing, starting on D, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 1, 2, 4. Thumb, B flat with our second finger, and then you change your chord, and now the chord in the left hand is F, A flat, B, E. That's a G13 with a flat 9. We're taking our 9 and moving it down, and the reason is because where we're going next. I'll show you that. Here we go, D minor 9. And since my hands kind of overlap, it's okay to play the first FAC of the chord. You don't even have to worry about the E because your hands will get kind of jumbled up together. Let's go ahead and play D, E, F, thumb under, G, A, C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, then B flat, second finger, and then your thumb comes on B, and you have this voicing. Let's do that slowly. then your second finger on D, third finger on F, thumb comes under on G. And now I use my fourth finger on A flat, and notice that's why I use the flat 9, and I do 4 on A flat, or 3 on A flat, and up to 4 on B flat. A flat, B flat, A flat, G, F, and third finger on E. And then when I get there, I do 3, 5, 6, 9. Okay? Alright, let's turn on the track and have fun with that one. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Again. Great lick. Has a lot of nice color tones in it. Here we go. Alright, that's great lick. Keep working on that one. Let's go ahead to lick number 9. Guys, we're back to our comping chords in the right hand and our bass line in the left hand, and what we're doing is 2, 5, 1, and then 6. Our 6th chord is our A chord, and we're doing flat 7 of an A major scale, G, 9 of an A major scale, the 3rd note, and the sharp 5th. Normally an A major scale has an E natural, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're sharping the 5th. That means raising it by 1/2 step. So we have on the A chord, you're going to have flat 7 from an A scale, 9, 3, and sharp 5. So here are our chords: D minor, G13, C6/9, and A9 sharp 5. The bass line is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. The same bass line from example number 5, but now we're extending it. We're going to go thumb on E, third finger comes over on G, second finger on G sharp, and now our thumb is on A, third finger on E, back to A, third finger on E, fourth finger on E flat, and it starts over. Thumb, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, starts over. And notice that I pull a little bit on the second note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. A little bit more of an accent on that second note. Da, 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 da. So I'm doing 2, 5, 1, 6. Here we go. 2, 5, 1, 6. Guys, welcome to lick number 10. This is putting it all together, and simply what we're doing is taking our comping chords on our bass line and we're mixing it with playing solos in the right hand with all the different licks we use. When you play all these different blues licks in C, they will work for the most part as long as you don't stay too much on the flat third, but the major third, you resolve to that. You can use that on the C, and you can also use these Dorian licks over D minor, so you practice your soloing in the right hand as well as comping. So sometimes I'll do this. Now I'm comping, playing the same bass line over and over. Now watch this. Now a chord. Chord. Now watch this. So guys, the key is getting this bass line so automatic. Practice it hands separate. There's a great time to comp right there. I played this bass line so many times, it's very automatic, and it will be for you too. Then we go to my comping chord. Now I'll do comping first and then solo. Now watch this. Volume 1 of the blues. Example 1, alright? Notice that it works over the whole progression. How about this? Another lick from the blues series. Now watch this, there's my A7. How about this one? Comping. Alright guys, way to go. If you made it all the way this far, I'm very proud of you. And remember that this is not a 1 week thing or 2 week thing. This is several months, several years on your jazz journey. Have fun with it. Don't get overwhelmed. If you get overwhelmed, go back to example 1 and spend a week, a month, a year, whatever it takes to get it going. You guys can do this. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much for supporting me at iMusic Academy. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you in volume 2.